During an appearance on Fox News this week, Eric Trump tried to claim that his father would have somehow, of course, handled the Ukraine situation far better than Joe Biden could ever imagine because, as Eric Trump says, my dad and Vladimir Putin had a good relationship. So take a look at Eric Trump spouting the worst nonsense we have heard in at least a week from a Trump family member about what actually would have happened had his dad not been embarrassed in the 2020 election by Joe Biden. Here it is.
By the way, my father had a great relationship with Putin. All the while, he's sending thousands of Javelin missiles to the Ukraine. Isn't that really amazing? I mean, Biden has no relationship with Putin, and he's literally sending blankets to the Ukraine. It's again, Sean, it's about...
Well, let's start with the obvious facts. Nothing good came from Donald Trump's relationship with Vladimir Putin. I mean, really, think about it. What good things did the United States get from Donald Trump being all buddy-buddy with Vladimir Putin? What was discussed in those meetings where reporters weren't allowed, nobody was allowed to keep minutes, right? Totally closed doors. We still don't know, and I think that's an important thing to reiterate here. We don't know what those two psychopaths talked about. And I don't know about you, but I think that is exceptionally concerning. And then the part, Biden's sending them blanket. My dad sent them Javelin missiles. That's actually not true. None of that, actually. Biden, the Biden administration, has sent the majority of the Javelin missiles over to Ukraine, and Biden has already sent more financial aid, including food assistance, nutrition assistance, weapons. You say he's only sending blankets. That didn't happen. He sent all sorts of things, and it totals in dollar amount much more than your dad did in 4 years, and Biden's done it in 1 year. Then, of course, let's talk about that blanket claim. Where in the hell did that come from? Well, it turns out the good folks over at Raw Story understand exactly where that claim came from. That's from Eric Trump, again, being an idiot and misunderstanding something that Fox News had actually repeated last weekend. See, last weekend, Fox News said that Barack Obama only sent blankets to Ukraine. That was the exact claim that they made. So Eric Trump must have heard that, but maybe only heard half of it or decided to just spin it into a lie about Biden. So then he goes on Fox News and was like, yeah, Biden only sent him blankets. I know because I heard it on your network. He didn't say that part, but I'm sure he's thinking it just like, ooh, they had to have loved that. They know I'm watching all the time. It's not like I have a company to run or anything. So I spend all my free time watching Fox News. And also, the folks at Raw Story debunked the claim that Obama only sent blankets because he also sent lots of financial aid. Again, not as much as Biden already has, but he did send aid to Ukraine. So the whole thing is stupid. The whole thing is weird. But again, Donald Trump's relationship with Vladimir Putin would not have been a positive for the United States or for Ukraine in the current situation if Trump were president. Honestly, it would probably mean that the United States would be looking the other way, pretending this wouldn't be happening. We would not be sending them any aid. We would just be letting them die. And we'd be pissing off all of our allies in NATO. Donald Trump would be publicly crapping on them as well as other European countries. Versus Biden, who, again, we've sent aid. We're not sending our troops. We're not giving you the planes. We're not giving you the no-fly zone. We're not starting a war. And that is the smartest position the United States can make in this conflict. And honestly, if Trump were president, we'd be making the dumbest possible choices. And who knows, maybe World War III would have already started if Trump were still president. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.